Good evening, City Council members. This might not be your first time seeing my face, but it is the first time you're knowing my name. First, let me introduce myself. I'm a Cal State San Marcos student, and my tuition is being fully paid in funds provided by me and my family. Second, do not use our money to punish those at their lowest. Some weeks ago, I saw a graphic where up to 44% of the city's funding will go to law enforcement. I do not support the vote to criminalize unhoused people. Reverse the vote. Do not put the vanity of the city over the people of the city. Third, you have the power to issue a permanent ceasefire statement. Use your influence, be an example for the cities and towns that surround us. That's it.
Next up is going to be Emily Muhammad, followed by Angelina Guzman, and then Warshawn Ismail.
Good evening, council members. My name is Emily Mahmoud. I go to Cal State University San Marcos. I come here before you to speak on issuing a permanent ceasefire resolution using your power for good. Every day, there are 505 bombings in Palestine, and that is 21 per hour. And there are over 40,000 people that are dead, and we don't even know how many people have died. So just, use your voices for change and for good things, because it's awful what's going on. There's a genocide going on. And, whatever side you see things, people are dying. People are dying. So just use your voice for good and put a permanent ceasefire resolution on the agenda. That's all we ask of you. Thank you. Have a good night.
I am the children of people from occupied territory in the Caribbean. You guys call it Puerto Rico, we call it Borinquen. I am also the daughter of a man whose father was born in Beirut, Lebanon, which has been bombed by the Israeli military. So let's bring it here, home, this land right here. We have been here for weeks, and you're not listening to us, which you have the full ability to do that. But what I will not stand for, and what I urge you to speak up against, is the prejudice that we have experienced in this very room. That includes racist remarks that have been, whether or not intentional or not apologized for, allowing other citizens to speak up with racist and anti-Semitic remarks towards the people I stand with, and not telling other city members to be quiet when it was one of our terms to speak up. However, I will thank Mayor Jones for defending me at one time when I was being interrupted. I'd like to see that energy for everyone. Listening to our name corrections. I understand some names are hard, but hear it once, understand or ask. That's also something we can do. Also, it seems that you can, involve yourself in international business, Mayor Jones, if you're able to post support for Israel. So our request for a ceasefire statement should not be impossible, actually. It should be very doable, considering the fact that it is now normalized to stand in support of Palestine, following the ICJ's ruling that it is an illegal apartheid state, and is demanded to pay reparations to the Palestinian people it has slaughtered for 100 years. So, maybe go with the trends for once, like you people always say our generation does, and release the statement. We're not asking you to solve, world peace. We're asking you to release a statement, and we've been here for weeks doing that. It should not be this hard. Thank you.
At this point, your silence and censorship are a response with disturbing implications. Throughout the past few weeks, city council meetings, we have come to the conclusion that you council members do not have an issue condoning violence. Your sole issue is that we are demanding peace for Palestinians who are Arab and majority are Muslim. You council members have shown us that your judgment is clouded through bias in your comments, mainly yours, Rebecca Jones. It has recently come to our attention that you have reposted and participated in an Israeli rally. Israel is a genocidal, occupational apartheid regime that has massacred a documented estimation of 186,000 lives from 76 years and 9 months. This is a direct indication that you, Mayor, and any council member that has knowledge of her affiliation with Israel is corrupt. The pushback was the mayor and council members need to remain neutral. Rebecca Jones, the reason you have remained silent and refused our demands is not for the well-being of this city, but because you yourself are Zionist. Are you, Rebecca Jones, aware that Zionism kills and has killed over 40,000 Palestinian innocent civilian lives? You pray for peace, that's what you commented, but do you pray for the peace of Palestinian lives? Are you a Zionist, Rebecca Jones? This is your time to amend what you willingly posted on your social media page. Is there anything you have to say for yourself? You should step back from your role as mayor. Not only have you refused to represent our voices, but you are biased and unfit to protect and serve the marginalized members in San Marcos. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Are you a Zionist?
Thank you, Warshawn. Next up is going to be our ordinances, item number 17.
Good evening. Rebecca Jones, you messed up. You posted you supporting Israel. You went to a Israeli rally for peace for Israel. You say pray for both peace in Israel and the release of the women, children, and elderly that are being held hostage. How about the 45,000 Palestinians, civilians who were brutally killed, though? It's surely not a numbers game, but there are 251 Israeli hostages and 45,000 dead Palestinians. This brings multiple things to the light that is going to stick with you, Miss Honorable Mayor. For one, you claim to not place a permanent and bilateral ceasefire on the agenda due to you not getting involved in foreign affairs, yet you visibly attend rallies for Israel. You choose not to personally put it in the agenda due to your biased and strong stance on the situation with a certain side, and that's the truth. You are corruptly using your position to ensure the city of San Marcos continues investments funding into companies who support Israelis' war crime. For two, it's sickening knowing that when one of our community members come up here to speak on the genocide, you act like you don't pay attention, but it's really you not caring about a single brown casualty. Maybe that's why two brown women made you feel, I quote you on this, threatened by asking to have an educated conversation with you.
I find it quite embarrassing, Rebecca Jones, that we have been coming to every meeting recently and you choose to ignore and not respond to us, but yet 2 meetings ago you responded and corrected a speaker who claimed you flutter your eyelashes too much, and you responded during the public comment and said the words, actually it's because I have dry eyes. So you can respond to public comment. It's just embarrassing to find out that you can.
Mayor Rebecca Jones, I'm trying to understand how you could go on social media and show sympathy for a convicted felon who has sexually harassed multiple women and has said many, many racist remarks. I'm sure no one asked you to do that. However, multiple people have asked you to show sympathy and stand up against the wrongful murder of more than 30,000 innocent civilians. And yet you have nothing to say. You continue to show blatant disrespect and how much you do not support minorities, and I'm wondering if you're aware of it. Do you know how discriminatory you have been and are being? You are in a position of power with so many privileges, and the fact that you won't perform the simplest act of putting a resolution for an immediate and permanent ceasefire on the agenda is grotesque. I agree with the previous comment made that you should step down from your role as mayor. I think your viewpoints and skills could be better used for maybe structural development or something, but I don't think you are a safe option as someone that is supposed to look after a diverse group of people. Please reflect on the choices you make as community leaders and see how they are ripping at the seams of your perfect little San Marcos dystopia.
Thank you, Christina. Okay, moving on.